So, next up we have the Level 2 charger. Fortunately for us, the brand is always improving for the 2026 model year. 10 minutes. That's all they say you'll need to stop, plug in, sip coffee, and drive away with the kind of range that used to sound impossible. For years, critics mocked a company as the Eve laggard, a giant hiding behind hybrids, while Tesla and China raced ahead. But the company insists it wasn't late, it was patient. Now it's betting on solid-state batteries to leap past today's lithium-ion tech with faster charging, longer range, and a battery life measured in decades. Let's test the promise and the clock. If it works, EVs change overnight. If it slips again, trust breaks fast. A 10-minute stop in 2028. The automaker likes to paint a very specific picture. It's 2028. You roll into a charging station built for the next era of electric driving. Maybe it sits near their Woven City test site. You plug in, walk inside, and before your drink cools down, your car is ready. Not ready to limp home, but ready for a real trip. Their message is blunt. 10 minutes of fast charging, then more than 600 miles of driving. That story matters because the two biggest pain points for many drivers are still range anxiety and time. Most modern EVs can road trip, but only if you plan your stops and accept longer breaks. The manufacturer is trying to remove the mental math. It wants charging to feel like fueling, and it's also trying to remove the fear that your expensive battery will fade fast. Company executives have talked about packs that keep their strength for decades, not just a warranty period. But there's a second layer here. In the public mind, the brand became the hybrid company, and some people read that as hesitation. They want the world to see a different story, not hesitation, but timing. If it lands this leap, it doesn't just catch up, it jumps ahead, at least for a moment. And in the EV market, that moment can decide which brands people trust for the next 10 years. Solid versus liquid, the simple swap. Solid-state batteries sound like a buzzword, but the core idea is almost laughably simple. Swap the liquid electrolyte for a solid one. In a normal lithium-ion battery, the electrolyte is the medium that lets lithium ions move between the two electrodes as you charge and discharge. It works, but it brings baggage. The liquid can be flammable, it can degrade, it can also limit how tightly you can pack energy into a small space. In a solid-state design, that highway for ions becomes a solid material. The company has focused heavily on sulfide-based solid electrolytes because they can be softer and more adhesive than brittle ceramics, which helps in manufacturing. If that solid layer can do its job, it becomes both a conductor and a separator. That opens the door to using a lithium metal anode, which is one of the biggest reasons the energy density can jump. More density means you can carry more energy without making the pack bigger or heavier. This is why solid state has been treated like the holy grail for so long. Faster ion movement can support faster charging. Higher density can support a longer range, and removing a flammable liquid can reduce the risk of fire in a crash or a defect. On paper, it's a win on every front. The catch is that batteries don't live on paper. They live on potholes, heat waves, freezing nights, and years of hard charging. Japan's backing and the company's partners, the automaker, isn't trying to pull this off alone, and that's a big clue that the company is thinking about factories, not just lab demos. Japan's Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry has certified their next-generation battery development and production plan under a policy tied to the Economic Security Promotion Act. In plain terms, Japan wants a stronger domestic battery supply chain, and it is willing to support it. Two partnerships sit at the center of their solid-state story. First is Sumitomo Metal Mining, which is working with them on cathode materials designed to resist degradation over repeated charge and discharge cycles. Sumitomo has said it aims for mass production of these materials around Japan's fiscal year 2028, with the automaker as a priority customer. The second is Idemitsu Kosen, an energy company that teamed with them to develop mass production methods for solid electrolytes and to build a real supply chain. Idemitsu has also announced plans to build capacity for lithium sulfide, a key ingredient for sulfide solid electrolytes. Put those together and you see the plan. Lock down the hard parts of the bill of materials before the first high-profile launch. It's also a national strategy. China and South Korea have dominated much of the battery world. Japan wants back in, and this brand is the spear tip, the performance claims explained. Now for the numbers that make people raise an eyebrow. The manufacturer has talked about ranges around 1,000 kilometers, about 621 miles, and charging from 10% to 80% in roughly 10 minutes for its first all-solid-state EVs. Some messaging even hints at longer ranges later as the chemistry improves. Compared to many current mainstream EVs that live in the 250 to 350 mile zone, that would feel like a different category of vehicle. Is it physically possible? Yes, in the sense that higher energy density can genuinely deliver more range from the same pack volume. If you can use a lithium metal anode safely, and if the solid electrolyte stays stable, you can store more energy per kilogram. Fast charging also becomes more realistic if the internal resistance stays low and the cell can handle heat without breaking down. Then there's the claim that sounds almost wild, a battery lifespan measured in decades with executives suggesting lifetimes several times longer than conventional packs. Long life is not just about chemistry, it's about the interfaces inside the cell staying smooth, intact, and evenly stressed as they expand and contract. Safety is the quieter headline, but it might be the most important one for mass adoption. Liquid electrolytes can burn. Solid electrolytes are generally more thermally stable. If the company can pair that stability with durability, it could reduce fire risk, widen the workable temperature window, and lower the need for heavy thermal management. That's how you get a lighter car with more range, not just a bigger battery. The engineering wall, cracks, and dendrites. If solid-state batteries are so great, why aren't they everywhere already? Because the enemies are small, stubborn, and cruel. One is cracking. Many solid electrolytes behave like glass. They can fracture under vibration, pressure, and repeated swelling of the electrodes. A tiny crack is not a cosmetic issue. It can become a failure path that grows with every cycle. The other enemy is dendrites. During charging, lithium can form needle-like structures that push into the electrolyte. If a dendrite reaches the other side, it can short-circuit the cell. That can lead to sudden failure, overheating, and in worst cases, a fire. Solid electrolytes were supposed to block dendrites, but in real cells, stresses and imperfect contact can still let them form. The company and Idemitsu have said their breakthrough is a solid electrolyte that is flexible, adhesive, and resistant to cracking. That sounds like marketing, but it points to a real material science challenge. You need the electrolyte to stay in intimate contact with the electrodes cycle after cycle without gaps opening up. Even if you solve that, you still face manufacturing. You need high yield, low cost, and consistent quality at a massive scale. A battery that works in a lab pouch cell is not the same as a battery you can stamp out by the millions on. This is why every deadline slip matters. The hard part is not making one impressive cell. The hard part is making a million of them safely, cheaply, and the same. Roadmap, rivals, and the deadline question. Their solid-state plan sits on top of a broader battery roadmap. Before the full solid-state leap, they have described a sequence of next-generation packs, including cost-focused lithium iron phosphate options and higher performance chemistries meant to raise range and cut cost in the mid to late 2020s. The logic is simple: build supply chains, learn manufacturing lessons, and grow EV volume while solid-state matures. Meanwhile, the race is tightening. Mercedes-Benz has shown real-world testing with solid-state prototypes and has spoken publicly about long-range runs. Nissan says it has a pilot line and targets the late 2020s. Honda is also pushing its own path.